One thing no one will ever ask about a sand painting probably is, does it hurt? Which I always get about tattoos.
Does it hurt?
Yeah. Like from someone who's never had a tattoo. It's always a funny question. So I'm working on the first of the 2 rows of petals. And I'm doing them, as you might gather from what you see here, as a lavender color. And I've mixed my lighter purple with white to get a tone that I want, and I might go over that and dust some white on it to get some contours. Like that. Sometimes I'll find that my little chopstick there is not vibrating on the, I'll call it the ladder, and I'll realize that I have to rotate the whole tube a little bit because I'm off to the side. So I've been focusing so much on the art and not the tool.
So on the goal, not the process.
Yeah.
On another level. Alright, so
Like it's a meditation where you have to keep your mind on at least 3 things at once, at least. You've got to get your tool happening and keep a certain awareness of the tool and the vessel and the medium flowing through the tool. But then you have to be able to let go of that and kind of put it on automatic so you can be watching the show, so to speak, which is the progress. There's one little slip up in any way, even including dragging your finger, which I've done. Going, oh no!
Is it William Blake? To see eternity in a grain of sand?
Yeah. Yeah, sand is used as a metaphor for so many things. It's like trains. Trains are in so many songs. Sand, yeah. Or I was saying to Raven, one of our teachers, he always uses the term in granular detail. And I think, well, this is in granular detail. Literally. Yeah, historically, Patty, I was reading that when Tibetans used to do this, they didn't use sand, they ground up individual precious stones for the color that the stone had. So blue would be lapis lazuli and
all crushed.
You know, all crushed.
Amethyst crushed.
And I think, oh my
Wouldn't
God.
that be crazy? But it'd be pretty exciting to do it as a...
And the energies of the stones all woven into like.
Yeah, it's very earth.
God.
Very earth. So
Yeah.
be great manifesting. But then afterwards it's dust. It's all mixed up and...
Yeah.
I mean, you could always put it in your bath or something like that.
Oh yeah, it'd be just something else to stick it in a stream and watch it go. Big no.
Yeah.
Now I think I could use that lighter purple, which is a bit darker than this, which I probably will. I'll use 2. Sorry. I'll do a teeny bit. I'm just going to do 1 petal complete, so I have something to, a formula to follow for the next 7 petals. So I should be able to just tint this top edge with this.
That's just mesmerizing.
It's nice how there's like sparkles over everything. Yeah, so see, I'm getting a...
A fire person too.
Yeah.
Vibration.
And to think I could be doing this at giant size in a parking lot with a backhoe or something. Or with snow, colored snow. Like this could be done to any scale. But when I'm pushing sand up against a little edge, which I'll do in a second, I kind of imagine it like it's a, oh, don't go so close to the...
No, I'm just looking.
I'm nervous about this getting ruined. That's something I have to let go of as well, but... It's funny, for something so temporary, and that's the whole exercise, I'm very possessive of it while it's being made.
I understand that.
Maybe that's something to also.
Oh,
say
I
so.
recognize the process.
That's exciting. That's what really gives it that juiciness. Really, you can become very passionate and engaged with.
So that is one part.
So if you soften that yellow with, well, this like would be so
We're
much.
in purple.
It would be so nice segue between the blue, the deep blue.
Where are you suggesting this yellow go?
Oh, just like a
Don't have to pick
a
it up.
pattern on the yellow. Something
Pattern
a pattern
on here.
on the yellow, yeah.
That can be done later, yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, by the way, I am doing these lovely mauve petals because of Raven's request, and because I love her, I weighed out all the odds, but then I chose her color choice, and then the outside petals get to be my color choice. I was hovering with doing a really bright yellow and orange for them here. But she gets to have the lavender petals. And now I'm gonna do the dark purple. Yeah, it'd be neat to see how this whole art form developed. And it's like, hey, let's do art with sand, or art with fresh stones. It's going up against an edge, which is the real clincher. But I guess I'm an edge player.
Yep.
Okay, so that, and then I've got to figure out what my outline of the petal will be color-wise. It should be interesting. But then I have to kind of know what my next background will be. And complementary-wise, I could do green, or, which I'm not so crazy about bringing green into this, but green and purple work well together, and an orangey, not this orange, but that, no, I'll have to figure it out when I get to it. I'm thinking of doing a little bit of white to add to the dimension of it. But could you pass me that white, please? Yeah.
White?
Just gonna
Yeah.
try a.
Sometimes things like magenta and odd ones like that could look really cool together too.
Yeah. Well, for the outline, I want to do something bright of this petal, just so that I don't, just to keep it really. See if I do this, do I get a little extra? Depth to it. So you can shade quite well.
Looks like a geode.
There.
Mm.
Yeah, it
It
does.
reminds me of a geode.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah. it has that.
Amethyst?
Yep. Yeah, like
Well, I get brownie points for that.
Yeah.
right behind us.
Yeah.
That kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
geode
this is
with
nice.
it.
This is so that's how each petal
Oh my
will be.
Nice.
Um,
It's just that.
Oh, that's
it's like-
spectacular.
part of me wants to do something else in there, but I'm gonna leave it at that for now. I have a few ideas. I could do a little thing to give it a feeling like it's got that little center bit in the petal
Mhm.
that all, well, not all petals have, but I can also do things where there's no color, but it just has an indentation. And I can actually play with the color a bit that's underneath, so a little bit lighter in that middle part. There. Just a hint of
Yeah.
something lighter, right?
Well, it looks like something is bursting forth in this the center there.
Yeah. So I'm going to do an outline of something around that just so that we get a sneak preview of what each one will be. And I think what will that outline be? Could be like blue, could be yellow, depends. I might do orange in here, which means yellow would be nice. No idea. Could do it pink. That might be a bit too much.
Just think of in terms of what qualities you want to bring into the sand
Yeah.
painting right now, and choose a color that represents that
Yeah.
or approximates that.
Well, I'm thinking of, because I want it to go into lots of reds and oranges and yellows on the outside section.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, actually, the pink would be kind of neat in here, and I'm still going to be putting patterns on it. So I think I might do that, and then yellow on the outline here. So I can always reverse things too. that on the other one, I covered it, like sand will cover up sand. It just gets higher. I have to remind myself not to crunch my shoulder up in the air either.
Oh, no,
That's
bedroom.
a locked away doggy.
Yeah.
And what I've found, and I'm just going to do it now to demonstrate, I can save a bit of time by not worrying about doing this piece exact. And I'll just experiment to decide which is the best technique to do. But I don't want this line to be very thick, which this instrument by no means can do such a thin line. But what I can do I love how as it thickens, how bright it gets.
That's a nice color.
So I can do that. And if I don't want it to be so thick, in this case I don't, I can squish it in.
That gives it depth and dimension.
Yep,
Yeah.
it does.
So if we were able to light, or we should light this later with a light coming from the side so it emphasizes all the shadows between everything. Take a picture of that, it would look neat. So yeah, I can do this. Which eventually I would make a bunch of tools with different curves on them so I can get in to places better. But yeah, so I can do this, and that will be my outline. And then, watch it, I'll do the other side first. Not get too far ahead of myself, and then I'll do a little bit of the background. And we'll see how that works.
Yeah, it's a really nice color next to the purple.
Yeah, and as you know, with color mixing and color combining, one color will affect the look of another color completely.
Well, it looks good next to the red as well.
Yeah. So there is, I just get my little shaper tool. It's kind of fun watching it squish up against things. So I have that, but I don't have my point the way I want it, so I'm going to just dump a little bit there. And then just shape my point so that I get a really, really fine there. That is a nice point. Now, I now know for sure that my pink is going to work really, really well. The orange would look cool too, I have to admit, but wait till you see the pink. Okay. intense. That is really intense, eh? I first time I ever did some sand painting, I brought, not knowing I was going to do it at a workshop, I brought, I don't know why, but I brought 3D glasses with me. And while we're doing the sand painting, at one point I got this idea and I went, hang on, I got those 3D glasses somewhere. And I pulled them out and I just thought, I gotta look at sand painting and see if it does anything. And there were certain colors and color combinations that jumped out of the picture with 3D glasses. So I've always felt that one day I'm gonna do a 3D sand painting that you can look at it with these glasses on. It'd be fun.
Give you the phone. I'm gonna go finish my cooking.
What are you cooking, Rafe?
Chicken and vegetables already sauteed and sweet potatoes.
Yeah, this is gonna look really good. And then this will lead nicely into the sort of oranges and reds and stuff as well. I want a really fiery kind of mandala.
That really pops now.
Isn't it? Wow. Yeah, there's a depth to sand
Okay,
that is really...
so food is ready.
Oh,
So you guys decide what
okay, I'm gonna just do a little bit more of this pink so that the camera, the people watching, can just not be left on a limb. You could do this on a cake with sugar sprinkles.
Oh, that would be fabulous.
Whoa, yeah. And it would still be temporary because people would eat it, so.
The effect from adding the pink is just wow.
Isn't it neat? Like against the mauve and the yellow, sort of canary yellow. And then when all this is done, time permitting, I'm going to do little patterns within these open spaces, like dots and swirls and things. That's going to be really, like, I could spend 100 hours on this easily. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm working my way up bit by bit into detail and stuff. I could enjoy doing 100 hours if I had nothing else that I had to do. It wouldn't be hard to spend that time obsessing over this. I think sand art therapy would be a good form of therapy. People could go in for therapy and right away they'd have this sandbox, but it would be a sort of a combination of those geometry sand things that do the sacred geometry and colored sand. So you could just have all sand, temporary stuff that you can play with. It'd be really fun. But very therapeutic.
Yeah, art therapy is an emerging.
Yeah.
That
it's
feels
a gift
in
they
itself.
buy.
Ties in really nicely with mindfulness too.
Yes.
Just the act of watching. Sometimes I forget to watch the color and I just watch the hands and think about the vibrations in the individual sand crystals.
And it's interesting too, because like the sand sort of falls into place. Like it falls and crumbles and cascades. It's miniature, but if you magnify this, there'd be like when you're dumping sand in a bunch, it slides down the sides and, you know, moves to a place where it finally stands still. And all that's happening when I'm doing this. Sometimes I can see it. I just did. Can you turn off the fan?
Yeah. I just did.
Thanks.
And we're down to the last piece of the firewood.
Yeah, I'll fill up. You want me to fill up before I eat or after? There. Sneak
It's beautiful.
preview. Wow. Very fun. Are you ready for us, Rafe? You let me know. Should I do a bit more or? Okay, I'll just do a little bit on this side. Getting close to the end of my fill here, but I get that edge.
And the more pink you add, the more prominent the darker purples become.
Yeah,
And they didn't before. They're
just popping now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to.
Truly, it just emerges.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm the dot man and the sand man now.
And they're both dark, aren't they?
Yeah. Each one.
Yeah,
A dot of grain.
Yeah.
yeah, Patty. I was saying to Raven, I've wanted to do one for a long time, and I know I will do it one day. Not in sand, but with spices and things like chocolate rock cacao powder. Cayenne pepper is a great intense color.
Nutmeg,
Yeah, and just choose a whole bunch of those and make something.
cayenne pepper.
Okay.
Just see if I change the light, if we get any. Oh yeah, here we go. You can get the.
Oh, you can see the
relief?
texture,
Yeah.
the relief, the texture, and the pattern.
So I have like little footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they
All
are.
around
That's
or
what it looks
something.
like.
Yeah.
It's like the relief of a beach.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very,
I'll
very
do that when
colorful
it's all
beach.
done, just to, just to be able to see that. So there's the above again. Yeah. Wow. Oh, I can't wait.
We'll come and eat.
Okay.
And we'll continue.
You want to sign off?
Yeah, sign off.
Say goodbye.
You gonna say bye?
You say bye.
Hello and goodbye. We will be back soon today. Stay tuned.